I hear you.
All right, we are live. Hi, everyone. My name is Vina, aka Miss WOC Reader. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new here. And I'm here with my lovely co host, Shay, aka Shay with the Hobbies.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna turn my camera on. I'm just moving a little slow this morning, as y'all probably could hear Titan doing his little light skin stuff he be doing or whatever. I've already taken him out like 4 times this morning because he definitely chewed on something he didn't have no business chewing on, and it's upset his tummy. And so now everybody gotta move when he say move, so he don't destroy my house with his upset tummy. So yeah, it's been a
Oh,
morning. It's been a morning so far, which hence I'm not all the way together. But after this first sprint, I'll look like a human being and have a cup of coffee and everything else. So there's that.
hey, Day. Not light skin.
Man, y'all know, y'all heard him just cooing for attention, sir. Now me and Vina had a whole good little 5 minute conversation. As soon as she says, "Well, I'm getting ready to go live," here he go cooling and everything else. He didn't say nothing at first, did he, Vina?
No, he didn't.
Right. As soon as she say, "I'm gonna go live," all of a sudden he got a whole conversation. Oh, okay, Mr. Attention Seeker. Okay,
He does love the audience.
he does. He do. Cause too many people that tell him, "Oh, I love your eyes." Yeah, he got light skin with pretty eyes, and it just didn't ruin him. Ruined him, I tell you.
Hey,
Good
listen,
morning.
hello.
Hey.
Yeah, so we are going to actually get right into a 30-minute sprint. I
Yeah.
still on this journey to finish the same project I've been working on all year.
Aren't we all? I mean,
That
everybody but Dejana, because Dejana be knocking stuff out. Me, on the other hand, aren't we all? Because, bro.
I told myself by mid-November I was going to be done because I'm near the end, but then I didn't realize how long it was going to take to actually be complete. And I want to get back to my Christmas romance project soon to get me into the holiday season. So I need to hurry
Right.
up and finish this one.
I
So
wonder,
there's that.
I wonder how long it takes authors to accurately be able to tell how long it's going to take them to finish a draft. Like, how many drafts do you have to write so you know how long it will take you to finish a book correctly? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I know everybody has their different methods. Like some people can fast draft in a month. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Like, because even though, like I've heard people say, "Oh, I fast drafted this book in a month," and I did like 18 edits. I can't do that.
Yeah, right. I'm not. If I'd rather slow draft it over a year and only have to do 4 drafts than fast draft in a month and 18 drafts. That's a lot of freaking drafts.
Exactly. I'm like, I would rather slow draft it as well.
Right. Like that sounds like a lot of work. First of all, and I don't know about anybody else, but to me, there is so much I could miss after drafting a story 18 times. Like to me, there's so much my eyes would just get used to seeing, and they wouldn't even see it as an error over time. I couldn't
Yeah, no, you go blind eventually to your story from
imagine
looking at it so much.
redraft
Even
something.
sometimes now, I open the doc and I'm scrolling and then I catch something and I'm like, oh wait, what is that? And I have to stop and fix it.
Yo, for Halloween, when I went back and read Penelope's Curve for the first time in like 3 years, I was like, I see why I thought this was a good story 4 years ago. I see how I would make it a better story now. I see so many ways I would make this a better story now.
Yeah, like that's the beauty of going back. I even have been going back and rereading certain sections, and I'm just like, ooh, no, I need to tweak that a little bit.
Sharpen this up, right? Yeah, I couldn't imagine 18 drafts is a lot. That's insane.
Yeah, like, and then I know the way published like traditional publishing is working right now, a lot of people are only able to do like about 2 drafts,
Which that sounds crazy too.
which is wild to me. And I'm when I say 2 drafts, I mean like they wrote the book, it went to edits, they did some their edits, and then it got published. But that's what people have been telling me has been happening, and some of them have had to like kind of try and pay editors outside and stuff to
Right.
take a look over this and make sure it's right. And I just feel like to that book, like you like your first book, you want to take more time on it to
Right.
make sure that it's really good. And the second book, you're working on like a little bit faster to get it out, so it's not as like on as the first one. So it's sometimes it's not as great.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you.
Kay says, I'm excited, trying to finish it very. If my deadline is Christmas. You know what? My deadline is about to be Christmas too, at the rate I'm moving.
Right.
Like, I know I definitely want to get stuff out to beta readers in January, so I need to finish before the end of the year. I might be New Year's Eve working on the draft. Yeah, I guess if you have like a bit of a routine, like after doing it for so many years, it's easier. But for me, the way my brain works, I can't like just sit and outline and have it all together and write it within a certain time frame so flawlessly.
Man, if she ever does another ask me anything or ask me questions, I'm definitely gonna put that in there. Because I think part of it for like I think hers also helps having deadlines, right? Because I
Hmm.
think for the rest of us, we don't have agents and whatnot or like contracted deadlines to when we have those. So she also has like things like unless you don't want your money, you can't be pressing back these deadlines and being like, I can't turn these things on time. So you kind of have to suck it up and make sure you're finished by these things too. And I feel like that's the other part. I don't know about anybody else, but that's what I'm trying to hold myself to. I'm trying to make sure that I treat my deadlines as if I'm contracted. I'm trying to like at least not necessarily not be rigid about them, but be very strict with myself because if not, I'll keep being like, I can give myself another month. I can give myself another
Hmm.
month. Girl, you gonna finish the book or ain't you? Like,
Well, listen, fall has also been kicking my ass. Like, I don't know if ragweed is
Oklahoma
bad
ain't
where
even
you
got a
are.
fall. Oklahoma got like 5 days of fall spread out 3 months. And I'm like, it's my favorite season. And y'all just was like, F fall.
No, like the weather has been really wild this year. We
Right.
we had
It's
an 80-degree day last Wednesday.
horrible, girl. Tornadoes
And
in November. What is going on? What is going on?
my allergies were acting up for over a month just because I'm like, when is the ragweed gonna let up?
Right. I believe it. I believe it.
Bill Magic says, morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and start our first sprint. It is 30 minutes on the clock. Jay and I will see you guys in 30. And we're using Day's timer. See you guys in 30. All right. So that was our first sprint. I see a couple of other people popped through in, and yeah. Hi, Elises. I hope you're having a great Monday as well. Alicia came through as well. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, the allergies have just been really, really bad. Like, I'm starting to finally feel normal after like a whole month where I was just like overly congested. And then I had a little bit of a break, and then it seemed like it kicked back up again. So now I'm like, okay, I'm starting to feel like I'm not like overly like just stuffed, because I would even just try to be like filming a video and I would have trouble talking because I could just feel everything right in my nose. So let me know how you guys did. I'm just trying to calculate how much I wrote. And I see Shay has joined us on
I'm gonna say,
screen.
don't judge my white pillows. I wash my pillowcases. You have to put the pillowcases back on. So don't judge my white pillows. What was I gonna say? So because I started using fuller words, I don't know how many words I got, but I did get 3 paragraphs written so far. So there's that.
What are you working on today?
So far I've just been brain dumping, but I'm trying to get a blog post out because I have fallen behind on blog posts really bad. So I'm trying to get back in there. Which I
Yeah.
have stuff that I've written, but some of the stuff it was like for specific times, so some of the times
Mhm.
passed, so other things I have to go, and so I'm just working on a update post now. Like, hey, here's where I've been, here's what I was working on, and that kind of thing.
I've been really inconsistent with my blog, and every month I say I need to get better. I have a good month where I'll have a lot of stuff posted, and then I'll have a month where I'll make like 2 posts.
Right.
And luckily, I have a rec that should be coming out, like a rec post that should be coming out soon that I started like last year. I'm like, oh, not me starting on time.
Yeah.
Like, so I can quickly finish that and put that out. But like, yeah, it's been a struggle to do everything I want to do.
Right. Right there with you. Right there with you.
I wrote 253 words that round. So,
Right.
I got a little something in.
Nice. Nice.
It says I got 104 words that round, reread what I've written to maintain story consistency. Yeah, that's like the other part. Like, you constantly have to reread what you wrote to make sure, like, what you're writing makes sense. The problem is I film things, edit, just don't upload. You need to start uploading again.
I'm right there with
Because
you.
you have really good recs too, because you read so much indie stuff that I don't see people talking about.
Yeah. I filmed a lot of things. I haven't edited anything. I filmed a lot. Have I edited? No.
A lot of times I find that I have to edit right away, or I have to edit like the next day, or it's not going to, I'm
Yeah,
not going to want to edit.
you have to schedule time to edit for sure. Like you have to make it a priority, or it will not get done. Or
And then I also just try to film shorter things. So
man, like that'll be my thing. But then I realized that because once I started captioning, I felt really bad if I didn't continue to caption. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm making my video shorter. But I was also talking a lot in that short time frame. So it's so many words that I have to caption in that, so it still will take a lot of time. But
that makes sense. Yeah, like I really do try to keep my videos short for a reason too, just like so I'm not rambling, so it's easier to edit. I don't like to do vlogs too much. When I do vlogs, like it's so much more time that it takes editing, trying to piece together clips into something cohesive.
yeah,
And like even when I'm filming for vlogs, I have to like think, how am I gonna work this into content?
I can understand that. I can understand that. Cleo
So
too.
that's a lot of work. That's why I don't love doing vlogs. I'll do mini vlogs sometimes, but even lately I haven't really been doing the mini vlogs because it's just like, again, trying to film little clips and try to figure out how I'm going to work this into content.
Right. And the worst part is thinking that you got enough clips and you don't. Or thinking that you recorded good and then realizing you didn't record good and the looks
Yeah.
off and da da da. Like, oh, there's so much that can go wrong with vlogs that it's so much easier to just do sit down videos sometimes.
Hmm.
So I get it.
Yeah. Last week I was like, I should vlog, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do me because I already knew after election day, I'm like, whatever the results are, I don't want to be in town anywhere near home. I just want to be out and about doing stuff. So I had already like planned to be out of town that day.
Mhm.
And I was out of town enjoying myself, eating good food, drinking good drinks, even stopped at a nice little library and wrote on paper and got like a good amount of words written, like about 600 words written in like 30-minute writing session.
That's good. That's really good.
So that was real good. I usually don't write on paper. I'm just not used to it. So I'll start and then my hand will start cramping.
I'm definitely a write by hand girly. So many pens and papers in my house.
I'm a collect notebooks type of girly. Like I have notebooks that are sitting looking pretty, but I don't always sit down and write.
Fair enough. No, I definitely collect them too, but I definitely use them a lot too. There are so many half-used spirals around this apartment.
I'm saying you need to get to it someday. Like I'm waiting for your surprise drop because you do read a lot more than I do. I keep trying to do rec videos, and the problem is I've been working on the same one video for over a year now because I haven't read enough
Yeah.
to do the recs that I want to do. I'm like, I need like about 10 good recs, and I need them to be books like I actually enjoy. Like I'm not one of those people who likes to rec stuff I really didn't enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, well, if I didn't think it was like a 3 or above, why am I telling you to read it?
No, I totally get that.
And I'm like, I find it so weird. Like I'll see people recommending stuff they haven't read all the time now, and I'm just like, what is the point?
Yeah. I'm definitely a fan of reading books that you've read. And like,
Yeah, plus like the premise doesn't always tell you what you need to know. The premise could say one thing and you go in the book and it reads completely different. I write on my phone like sometimes too at night, like if I'm in bed and I can't sleep, which is often because I'm an insomniac. So if I don't feel like reading on my phone, or like I get an idea at night, I try and quick jot it down before it goes away.
I got used to writing on my phone like during car rides when I was like the passenger and other people were driving. So I definitely write on my phone a lot.
That's
Not
what
much
I'm saying. I wish I could be like these new chicks and just not read and wreck books.
no, because you're not gonna come at me sideways for something being in the book and then be like, "Well, you support this." Oh hell, come on now, I'm not gonna do that.
I don't know. I noticed lately people really don't care. Like,
They
because
don't tell us that your name is Kyrie Irving, and then you recommend one video, and all of a sudden you agree with everything that's in that video because you recommended one thing. Uh, it's a slippery slope.
that's why I don't do it because I'm like, I'm going to recommend this book, and then the book would have something in it that I really am against.
Right.
And that's going to be the one time people pay attention to what's on the page.
Right. Any other time they Stevie Wonder to shit, and then to stuff, and then this time, all of a sudden, It's so much misogynoir. Now, when I was pointing out misogynoir in this book, and no, that's not misogynoir. He just didn't like her because he didn't know her. He would have said that to any girl. Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm perpetually behind on my reading, but especially right now too. There's a couple of books I've been reading for like 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Ditto.
and I'm like, I need to hurry up and finish those books by the end of the month because now I'm like, if I put it off any longer, I'm not going to remember what these stories were about. I'm going to have to start from the beginning.
Man, that's late starting from the beginning of a book you already wasn't liking, but you gotta do it because you gotta remember what was going on.
Yes, that I'm saying. Like sometimes you start a book and like the beginning is so slow that it takes forever for you to get through,
Right,
and then by the time you like get to the part that's okay, like it's a little too late.
right. Man, that was almost how I Feed Her to the Beast was. Like it turned into a hate read, and had it not brought itself around,
Yeah, like I've had books like that where like the first 20% really just wasn't clicking for me.
right? No,
I haven't even read the memoirs that I do own.
uh, there's very few people I find interested, and the ones I find interested, some of their memoirs I'm gonna read, and the other ones they haven't done one yet. Like I'm waiting for Denzel to do one.
Yeah, like I
Let his
have
wife do one. Can Miss Pauletta Washington do one? Can Miss Pauletta do one? Please, ma'am. Please,
I
ma'am.
have a couple of memoirs that are I have the audiobook for and I just have not even sat down and attempted to read it. Like I have Jada's and I used a free Audible credit on it. Like I like Audible ran this special 1 month where it was like come back for free for this month and we gave you 2 credits. And I'm like, well, damn, I already have most of the books that I need anyway, but I guess I'm gonna take this credit
Right.
because it's free
Well, if you
credit.
gonna give me credit, then all right.
But I have not read Miss Jada's book yet. And I just have a couple of other ones that I've got for free via Libro that I have not read yet. I even got a book about cults that I have not read yet that I'm
I
interested
would
in though.
love to read a book about cults.
Oh, I have two on my TBR right now. I
Mm-hmm.
have Dinner for Vampires by Bethany Joy Lenz. She's an actress. She was on One Tree Hill and she's done like some Hallmark movies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she while she was on One Tree Hill, ended up getting into one of those religious cults.
Is she the blonde girl?
Yeah, she's like kind of blondish, brownish hair.
I feel like maybe she was in one I saw like part of a documentary on or something. She's referencing one of those girls from one of those shows that were like not one of the original like white people teenage shows, but one of the ones that like when we were like coming into
Mhm.
teenage years, which One Tree Hill was in that era. They weren't like the 90210, but like that middle
Yeah,
like the OC in that area, right? And
right.
so she was in and I was like, oh. But I don't know if it's the same girl. I was like, yeah, I want to read Cicely Tyson's. Oh, JoJo has one. Okay, I would like to read. Wait, we're
I
talking about
read
JoJo the Small.
Mariah's via Audible is really good. Like I really enjoyed Mariah Carey's,
Okay,
and it just like it made a lot of sense
it
in
was the
terms of.
Nexium one. Yep, it was a girl from Smallville, the blonde girl. Yep, that was the one. That was the one.
Oh yeah, I've heard of hers too. The other book I have about cults, I think, talks about her cult that she was recruiting people for a little bit. I don't remember what that book. I'm trying to find what the title is of that other cult book that I have. Oh, it's called Cult Following, by J.W. Olker. That's the other book about cults I want to read that I have the audiobook for.
Mm-hmm.
It talks about various different ones.
Got you.
But yeah, like I would just want to know like how these people get sucked into it and stuff too.
I want to write a book about a cult so bad. Like I want to write a fiction book about a cult
Mm.
so bad, so bad. It's in my list of stories I want to tell so bad.
Yeah, because that Nexium one, like I heard actors talk about it, how they like she approached them and like or their friends approached them for it, and they were just like, nah, like I don't trust their little seminars.
Right.
But like apparently they were doing like lots of women empowerment stuff, and that's how they ended up getting women into the fold.
Exactly. I feel like it does. I feel like it does. And I feel like even if it doesn't for the first thing that we were thinking about, we definitely could have a season that would for sure. For sure. That was part of why it was on my brain for sure. The last couple of days when they were talking about Brandon, I was like, absolutely not.
Yes,
No one put
yes,
anything on
I
my
heard
plate.
somebody talking about it, and like they didn't go to the cult. They're like, I don't like people like that to begin with, and like when they came and approached me, my friends came and approached me to be in it. I was just like, nah, that's not my thing. And look, they were branding people's genitals.
Oh yeah, that's nah, it's not happening. So I was watching the video with some friends on YouTube. We were just watching about like cults or whatever, and there's
Mhm.
like a video, and like the man he pronounced something wrong, and I was like, see, this is how I know I wasn't last in a cult because I'd be like, excuse me, did you mean? I don't think that I don't think that was the I don't think that was the I don't think that was the and I wouldn't even try to be mean, but like nah, y'all. It's just some stuff.
Yeah,
My brain just couldn't. My
he was
brain was
branding his name on women's genitals. The cult
yeah.
leader. I'm like, how did we reach from women empowerment seminars to that?
Hell no. Man, there was this cult that started on TikTok, like a BBW cult. Like there was this stud who used to be a BBW, and she wasn't no more. And she had like she got girls that were like she girls would be like streaming or like doing lives on TikTok. And like if people went in and called them attractive, they'd be like, no, nobody can say I'm attractive, but daddy. Daddy can only say like it was crazy. I was like, and then everybody thought I was crazy. I was like, y'all, I think I could start a cult. I kind of want to see if I could start a cult. And they were like, Shay, you cannot do. I was like, I'm curious though. Like this just made. I just want to see if I could start one. And they're, you sound like an evil genius. I was like, but no, this just makes me really curious about how people mind work.
Yeah,
They've
that's why I want to
never
read these
even met
books.
this girl. Like they have never seen her in real life. They've never had a real life conversation with her. But like they were like throwing her money and like she could tell them to like bark like a dog and they would like it was just I for the life of me could not imagine letting someone have that much control over me who has done literally nothing for me.
I also noticed like somebody said we're in the rise of the Christian influencer right now. I do see a lot of people on social media turning back to Jesus, which is good for them. But like, I'm also seeing a lot of propaganda.
Crazy. Which
The
good for them.
propaganda that I'm seeing, like in certain spaces, like even I was watching some girl here on YouTube. She's a teenager and she does like a homeless my homeless journey series.
Mm-hmm.
And even some of the stuff she's saying in there, I'm like, where she's talking about religion, I'm like, it's giving like backed by some kind of cult. Because she was talking about how her
Mm-hmm.
father is religious, but he also kicked them out for being a part of this one religion and always wanting to be up in church all the time. And I'm like, that's some stuff she was saying just wasn't making any sense to me.
Got you. Yeah.
And I had a lot of questions, and I'm like, I need to find out more. I need her to spill some more about this church. Like, what exactly are they teaching there
Right.
that your whole family turned against you for constantly being up in that church?
Right. And then why are you homeless? Because if this is a church
Yeah,
so loving, why didn't one of them take you in?
that's what my mom said.
Like
Like,
why
and
you
there's like
gotta live?
six
Why
of
are
them.
you homeless if it's a church? Like I don't understand. Why there are homeless people when there's so many churches?
That's what my mom said when I was telling her about this.
It
Like,
doesn't
she's
make
like,
sense.
but why are they homeless if they were in this church 24/7, all up in this church? Why did nobody from this church help them?
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and I noticed like some of these cults do get people by sprinkling in religion at first. That's really how they get them, because they know people are looking for community in church, and then
Right.
like it turns into something completely different.
Yeah. I feel like as soon as sex get brought in, I'm gone.
Yeah, as soon as
As
sex
soon
gets
as
brought
sex
in,
get brought
yeah.
in, as soon as you tell me I don't need to bathe, as soon as it just what I gotta be nasty and we gotta sleep with people. That just sounds like something I don't need to be involved in. That just sounds like I just wanted to live on the land and be around people who didn't want to fight and be crazy all the time. Now
Yeah,
you
like
trying to
that
hump
commune
on the
stuff sounds
people.
interesting at first, but
What?
then
It get real out of hand real fast. It'd be like that escalated quickly. Why? Why somebody always gotta? Why you always want to smash somebody's daughter? Make it make sense.
no. Why they always got especially
It's
always.
always somebody weird. Always somebody think they Jesus reincarnated or they somebody God messenger. Why you just can't be? Cause see, if I started a cult, you asked me why I started. I just wanted to make a cult for. Can I? Do you mind if I say the N word? Do you say the N word on your channel? I can't remember. Do you say the N
Yeah,
word?
you can curse on my channel. I'm not
Okay.
monetized.
Why you started your cult? I started a cult for niggas that don't want to be bothered with other people. We all just want to not be bothered. So if you want to not be bothered, you don't want to, buy your groceries from the grocery store with them pesticides. We just grow our own over here. We don't bother nobody. You put your little tent or whatever you want to live in over there, and don't bother nobody. Just come get the garden and make sure you pick your little stuff like you're supposed to. Don't hump on nobody, husband or wife, and ain't nobody gonna hump on your husband or wife or husbands or wives or they's or whatever else you likes to hump on. Just let it be yours and nobody else's, and we good. Cause I really don't understand why I gotta be all that extra stuff.
That's what I'm saying. How does it go from
How does
let's
it go
all live
from
in community and help each other to whatever
right?
that
I
other
just it
is?
just be escalating in ways. Mine, I don't understand. Mine would never escalate in that. Cause why? Why? I don't be understanding. Right? If you want to be a pimp, just say that. If you trying to be a pimp named Slickback, just say that. Cause it don't make sense.
It doesn't. That's why I'm interested in reading cult following, because I want to hear like how some people ended up getting sucked into some of these cults.
Cause I swear, I don't care how much time and money I invested. The minute you try to stick something where something ain't supposed to go, we leaving. We leaving. We done. Well, it was nice knowing y'all. Apparently, our time has run its course. Bye bye now. Cause why? 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 I
Like,
came here for peace. That don't sound peaceful.
it doesn't.
That
And I'm
sounds
like,
like the definition of disturbing the peace.
and
Oh,
then like people really get sucked in because they end up getting married into people who
right,
are like leaders in these cults and stuff.
man. Cause they're MLMs. They're the same thing. It's called. It's like ooh, like man. The first MLM, and I didn't even know what an MLM was because that's not what we called them back in the day. We called them pyramid schemes.
Yeah.
First one I ever met. Y'all remember the fucking knives they tried to get us to sell in high school?
Oh yeah, I remember almost taking one of them jobs before, but
Right
then
when
like
they
I'm like
call you and they were like,
door
yeah,
to door, absolutely
you
not.
can make like $30 an hour and and they send you to go do that interview and you in there at that orientation and they explaining everything Cutco or whatever.
I
And
didn't even get that far. I was like,
you
wait a
get to
minute,
the
you have to
end
go
and
door
they'll
to
tell you,
door.
oh, you gotta buy your first set of knives to even be able to sell them. And
Yeah,
them knives is like $100 to begin with. they barely explaining to you. You literally got to be like a door-to-door salesman. Who's a door-to-door salesman in our lifetime? That was long out the window by the time we was born. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I don't even like to open the door now. Like, we were getting a heavy influx of election people being in Pennsylvania this year. And at one point, I recognized the people at the door because I saw them through the window. I had to jump down, hide, and crawl through my living room to get away.
Man. Understand Jehovah's Witnesses, baby. It didn't rain us in.
Like, they got me one time because I had family visiting, and they, like, I got some family that's like mixed and real light skin, so they thought that was the they thought those people were related to me who were knocking on the door, and they were not. And I unfortunately had to sit there and listen to their little speech. But other than that, like, I'd be ducking and dodging when these people be going door to door.
Right. Is that is the dance cult that Mormon's mom cult? I've been seeing the Mormon's mom like video TV show or whatever. Cause came on stage was like, y'all, this Mormon mom, baby, they got some drama.
I don't know if they're doing it a lot by you, but they've definitely been trying to recruit, like in my area, coming door to door. When we see
So,
them random white people walking through, we know what it is.
I don't see Mormons a lot here. I saw them way more when I was in Texas. A lot more. Like there is a Mormon community here. I've seen them like occasionally. I don't think they evangelize as much out here as they do in other countries. But in other areas. But yeah, no. Because I went to college, I had some friends that were Mormons, and then when I worked at USAA, there were a lot of Mormons that worked for USA, like a bunch. A bunch. The dance one had an Asian man as a pastor who claims weird stuff. They have folks marry each other. Oh wow.
I didn't hear about that one. That, like, what?
Or like the Hillsong documentary. I'm scared to watch that
You know
one.
what? It's crazy because I almost went to Hillsong. Like, I knew people who used to go like once a month.
I feel like there's
when I was in college, and they used to
will have a documentary in like 2 years. I feel like give it 10 years. The church from my hometown, there's gonna be a documentary about.
Yeah, like I remember when I was in college, I was a part of this one Christian group, and they used to go to Hillsong like once a month or something. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, we'll carpool and go." I was always working the Sunday that they planned on going, so I never actually went. And that was like when like you had like Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez and stuff like going to that church. And I remember they used to tell us like, "Oh, this church experience is so amazing. It's like being in a club, but for God." Like when I say being in the club, like being in like the nightclub.
No,
that's how they described the experience, and that was always a little weird to me too.
Because here's the thing: this is how I know y'all didn't read the same Bible I read. Because the Bible I read said, "Be in the world, but not of the world." So why in the world do you want to be a church that's like a club? It sounds like you.
But that was also at the height of them like using hip hop beats and remixing it to try and get people into church.
Right. Y'all.
Like I remember we had to tell them like stop using "Ass" by Big Sean as a remix. Like the beat catches me every time.
That is not no. That would not make me want to go to your church. That would make me be like, "Oh, y'all playing in God's space. He ain't finna strike me down in y'all worship service. He is not finna strike me down in y'all worship service. Y'all not finna play. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Also, I wasn't raised on them long services either. That's just like I can't be up in church for 4 hours.
Man, I don't like long church services at all. Like I don't know why. Why?
That's just literally that's not how I was raised. So I can't be going to them churches where they be
I was raised on those. I still wouldn't do it. Like, first of all, no. Because it didn't make sense. Like, your attention span ain't that long. Stop it.
I know, like, my cousin's wife goes to church, and they've already been counting, like, they told him the other day, it's been 5 Sundays since you've been to church. And he's like, well, I've been working the last 5 Sundays.
Yeah, if you're not trying to help me pay my bills, you need to get off of what I'm doing. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't understand some of those things. I'm all for women's empowerment, but the way some of them do this women's empowerment, like clearly see it's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've been chit chatting, so let me get into the next sprint.
All right.
So we got another 30 minutes on the clock. Happy writing or reading or whatever you guys are doing to be productive. All right. So that's the end of that sprint. How did everybody do? Let me know how you did in the comments. I got some food that round because I realized I didn't actually eat anything for the day. So had myself a little oatmeal. I also did a lot of rereading and correcting stuff, so I didn't add as many new words because I went back and realized the one chapter I wrote the entire thing in the wrong tense. So I had to go in and correct a lot of words, and I ended up adding 96 new words. But yeah, any progress is definitely progress.
So I got some writing done, and then the cramp started cramping, so I had to go get the heating pad, and then I realized I needed to read some stuff from my critique partner, so I switched over to doing that. So yeah, so that's what I ended up doing for the rest of the sprint. So I got about another paragraph in, and then I switched to reading some stuff from my critique partner. So
Well, it'd be about that. I don't know where my heating pad is, and I really do need to find it because it'd be the one day, like, I was basically on the floor in pain.
yeah, and like since I got on this birth control earlier this year, it has helped. Like my cycle is nowhere near as bad as it was like at the beginning of this year, but it's still not. Yeah, still not the best. So I'm like, okay.
I don't always get cramps, but then, like, when I do, sometimes it'll be, like, randomly, like, out of nowhere. I'll get, like, a crazy cramp, like, those ones that have, like, your back spasming. 178 words that round and started looking up some folklore.
Like I
Interesting.
said, I have been buying more books for research purposes lately than anything. Like I've been buying more books about different mythologies or different like folklore or different stories just for like to
Mhm.
have
Yeah.
to go back and look at and whatnot. I totally understand. Totally understand.
Yeah, I've been borrowing a few from Hoopla and stuff, just reading through like them, trying to figure out things that I can add to my story. Little things I had questions about. Like I had borrowed one just to try and figure out what people were using certain herbs for. So that's what I've been doing. I'm trying not to buy as many books right now. Books are just so expensive. Books are just
So true.
expensive.
So true. I'm going to use bookstores and half price books, and I got two of the books I got from half price books. They were like $3. One was like a book about mushrooms, and it had
Mhm.
like all like what different type of mushrooms do these type of things. I was like, okay, this could be really good for future stories. This could be really
Yeah.
fun, especially for Noir Hills Day or plants and stuff for our little witchcrafty stuff. They be using all kind of natural plants for their little potions and shit. I mean, and stuff.
Yeah, I go to we have an Ollie's bargain outlet here, so I like to go there and or like if I'm out and about and I'm in an area with one, I like to go there and see what books they have in the book section. You can get some pretty good books like under $5. So that's what I look at. And that's where most of my buying has been. Most of my buying this year for books has been in the bargain outlet or it's been those deals on Kindle that are like $3 and under. And like I've been buying indie books. Everything else, like I watch and see when I can get a good deal, like when that book's coming under $15. Somebody gifted me a cookbook recently, so I'm like, oh, now I gotta actually cook.
I'm learning how to make dressing this year. I'm so excited.
Yay. I don't even know like what my menu is going to consist of. I just know that I have this Cardia Brown book. Like she does low country and soul food like cooking. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm making a dish from this for the holidays. And I didn't cook too much last week, so like I bought some stuff yesterday at the supermarket to cook today. Dollar Tree is like a pretty good place to find books too. Like you can find some gems there. Yeah, there are like cookbooks are more expensive than you think. Like I'm so used to seeing them cheap at Ollie's because like at my local Ollie's, like you go in and like there's a whole one row that's just like cookbooks of various things like Taste and Home and like different celebrity chefs and all this stuff. And they'll have them cheaper. So like when I started noticing the real prices of cookbooks, I was like, well, damn, they're up there in price, especially if you want some good black ones.
No, I definitely have like I've gotten I want to say there are probably maybe 20 books in my house that I've gotten from Dollar Tree like over the course. And I know for the kids I've gotten different like starter readers and different
Yeah,
fancy
the easy
books from
readers
Dollar
at
Tree,
Dollar
easy
Tree.
readers and stuff for Dollar Tree for sure.
Yeah, like I was buying like a lot of the Sesame Street books for the kids to get them started on reading, and now we've moved up to like those level 1, level 2 readers. So Dollar Tree is really helpful when it comes to that. People sleep on Dollar Tree. And then like sometimes you even find some good adult books in like Dollar Tree as well. I found a couple of romances I've been interested in.
I think I either got a Karen Slaughter or a Lisa Jewell or some author that's a pretty big author in new condition there. I have seen BCM, that girl I don't like, one of her, that Cherish Fair book was there before. Obviously I didn't
Hmm.
have it, but it was there. So yeah, no, I've definitely seen other books be there before.
Yeah, even if it's from Amazon, I'm buying it on sale. And I will alert people when I see the sales. I try to
Oh yeah,
drop.
no, I'm not spending money on that. I'm not spending no extra money on nothing. Like did I send you the picture from the haul I got over the weekend?
No.
Okay, hold on, I'll send it to you. I got like a haul of books, and I want to say all these books was less than $40.
When are you going to post your book haul?
What am I gonna post the book haul? I'll post a picture. Will it be a video? Don't give me the line. Will it be a video? Don't give me the line.
Because I know you'll be hauling some
I be
interesting
hauling
books.
a lot, but I don't ever sit down and do. I think what I will do is a library tour because I've gotten new bookshelves and I put
Hmm.
bells up the shelves. My black bookshelves alone is like 300 books on. Like with just
Wow.
black authors alone is 300 books. And that's not
I'm
including the
always
double.
cycling out books off my bookshelf, so I actually don't know how many I own.
Yeah, yeah, that's not including the doubles. Cause the doubles, like I'll be like, hey, does anybody want these? Or I'll take them to the free library or whatnot. So yeah, and a nice little haul. But yesterday, I don't think I got that many. I only got like a couple yesterday. Um, because it wasn't. I finally got the Dan Brown book I wanted to get. It was like the last Robert Langdon book because I wanted to read all of them, but I didn't want to start reading them until I had them all. So now I have them all. So FYI, 2025, a lot of read-alongs next year. I'll be on it. A lot of read-alongs next year.
Have you finished reading some of the books that I gave you, or are you still working on them?
I'm still working on them. I was liking the what's her name? She does the Imaginary Friends podcast. Um,
El Penelope?
yes, I was liking the Leslie Penelope, the Penelope book that I started the audiobook on. The thing is, I keep forgetting which phone they're on because I feel like the playbooks is on this phone and the Libby is
Hmm.
on this phone, and I feel like that one is on there. So yeah. But I was really liking the storytelling on that one. So I've been behind on books. Like I think
Mhm.
I feel like in
Yeah,
October
I haven't gotten to that one yet. Like it's on my list. It's on my list.
it's on
I
my
can't
list and
guarantee
it
I'm
was
reading
really
it
good
this
and I
year.
was enjoying it. I have to get back into it. It's just really honestly managing my time better.
Yeah.
Really, truly is
I
managing my
like
time.
I said, I read one of her books last December, so like I'm not promising that I'm gonna read that new book this year. It'll probably be a next year read. Might
Yeah.
even be a Black History Month read, depending.
Man, and honestly, if I like it, you know, or how I'm thinking of it now, it could be because I got to start getting the Missy Elliott readathon together and getting the hosts and stuff picked out for that. And I know I want to do Ludathon officially next year. And there's one more readathon I want to do next year. And it's not a black centric
Mhm.
one, it's just in general. I'd
Yeah,
like to do one for us older millennials that didn't grow up with cable, so we were PBS kids. So I like to
yeah.
do a nostalgic PBS kids readathon. So if y'all are interested and would like
The
to,
name of the book is Daughter of the Merciful Deep
Daughter
by
of Jessica Deep, I couldn't think of
Leslie
her name.
Melody.
Thank you.
No, I just wanted to look it up so I don't forget to make sure.
Right, no, and it's starting off really good. Like I like it, and I feel like the narrator is one of the narrators that I really like because the
Yeah.
voice sounded familiar. But even like the last Highway 59 or whatever for Attica Locke, y'all know I really like Attica Locke, and I've been waiting for this book. I haven't even got to finish that one yet.
I need
I
to
got
read
the
Devil
the
Kills
guy who did
Devils.
Spite House. His other book came up for Libby
Yes,
on me. I still haven't got to that one. Y'all
that's the
know
one
I
I'm
was,
talking about. Devils Kill Devils. I also have that one.
it
Like
came up for
I
me.
have the audiobook. They sent it to me. I need to read it.
The
I
audiobook
need to
came up for
start
me, and I
delaying.
haven't got to that one. I really liked it.
I
So
have to start pushing back Libby reads.
yeah,
That's how far behind I am that I'm getting the notifications now. I'm like, okay, push it back for the next month.
it's all because I switched to the new phone, and I be forgetting about this phone and so I just got to get back on it.
Yeah,
But
and I've
I would
got like
like
three
to end
books
the
I'm
year with
currently
the
reading.
bank. But honestly, I read so much in the first 3 months and the last 3 months of the year every year. So I won't be surprised if I pick it up. And I don't even know what the read for Kwanzaa is gonna be. So I still gotta figure
Yeah,
that
I
out.
was thinking about Kwanzaa today, and when you're announcing that, because I'm like, ooh, I need to figure out like what
Yeah.
small businesses and stuff I plan on recommending.
Right, right. So I was like, Kwanzaa, I gotta get ready to announce that. I usually announce that on the first, so everybody has like, 3 weeks to figure out what they're gonna do. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But
Yeah,
we only do one book, and it's a pretty easy book because I want everyone to have like joy. I don't want you to be down on anything. So I'm trying to figure out something that would be joy. Honestly, I'm thinking it might be Rayburn this year. Only because that was just such a really good book and it was such a light. But I want something joyful going into the year, especially after this election.
mm,
We need something that's gonna bring a
yeah,
bunch of smiles to our face as we end out the year and start the new year. So if y'all do have any recs for something y'all think would be great for Kwanzaa this year, definitely don't
yeah. I was just saying, making a mental note. I need to think. I think, look at what I have, and see if there's anything that I want to rec for a possible read.
right. Even
Something that has an
y'all know
audiobook,
I'm good with middle
preferably.
grades too. Y'all know because middle grade usually is almost always happy ending, good light vibes. So
No,
um
not the ones I've been reading this year.
we did what we did. Did we do Button Our Buddy last year? But again,
Yeah.
written at a completely different time. So that was when writers really cared about making sure black children kept smiles on their faces because that book kept you laughing. Um, so yeah, so I'm trying to think of stuff like that.
Yeah, I will definitely have to think of some recs. I think here's a good place to end the sprint. Thank you for everybody who tuned in and watched, everybody who hit that like button. And thanks so much, Shay, for helping me host.
Oh
I got a
yeah,
little bit of work done. I'm always glad when I can get a little bit of writing done
for
and go in
sure.
and fix what I need to fix.
Well, I'm glad I was able to catch it this time because last time I definitely missed when you messaged me. So I'm glad I saw it this time and we are able
Yeah.
to link in.
All right. Thanks you guys so much for watching. And Check out my video that I dropped today if you haven't already. Very interesting conversation, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts. You got anything you need to promote, Shay? All right, then. Bye, everybody.
Bye.